A 12-year-old boy in the line of fire. He was shot after his father interrupted thieves trying to steal their car's catalytic converter. It happened in the Maxwell Park neighborhood of Oakland. KPIX5's Lynn talked to the little boy who is now recovering. And you say this wasn't the first time this particular family has been targeted.
That's right, Liz. The boy says it's the second attempt in 2 weeks. Thieves trying to cut off the catalytic converter from their family car parked right here on the street. Now, once the father tried to stop the thieves this time, a guy fired off 3 rounds. And you can see the bullet holes right there. 2 right here and 1 right here, right through this wooden fence.
If you see somebody trying to steal your catalytic converter, make sure you call the police. I've done a lot of videos. I did a private video. Some of y'all didn't see the private video because you don't have a channel membership. But to those of you guys who have channel memberships, who saw the expose I did last week on catalytic converter thieves down in Houston. Well, I don't want to get into that, man. Get a channel membership and watch the private videos. They're very informative, very good. Same quality as these. But I will tell you this. Call the police. Don't go confront them.
Converter from their family car parked right here on the street. Now, once the father tried to stop the thieves this time, a guy fired off 3 rounds. And you can see the bullet holes right there. 2 right here and 1 right here, right through this wooden fence. One of the shots hit 12-year-old Fernando Melendez, who was standing in the house near the front door. Police believe this is the bullet that pierced his right foot.
The bullet passed my skin. When I got shot there, my mom was so worried. I was like, Mom, it's not that bad. It hurt a little bit, not that much.
Doctors at Oakland Children's Hospital treated and released Fernando this morning. The family declined to show their faces, fearing retaliation. Fernando's mom, Jessica Chavez, spoke through a translator.
Que vino del hospital.
Now that he's back from the hospital, he has trauma. He's asking why they shot him.
Ha quedado como con trauma.
Fernando says a loud noise outside woke him up in the middle of the night. He alerted his dad, and they saw people jacking up his mom's Honda Accord, trying to cut off the catalytic converter.
My dad was trying to get him scared. He threw a rock in the chair, but it didn't hit him.
The chair damaged the car's hood. One thief opened fire on the family. Oakland police say the thieves left behind the jack and drove away in 2 cars. No one was arrested.
Maybe to the pandemic, what's been going on, people are in need of money, or they get it whichever way they can.
Police say catalytic converter thefts are skyrocketing. It takes the thieves only a couple of minutes to saw off a catalytic converter. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Department broke up a theft ring last summer and recovered 1,700 stolen catalytic converters.
Wow. Defund the police, though. Think about that. 1,700. That's how many that they found them with. Not how many they sold or taken to the recycling plant, because that's where they get the money from. They take it to the, it's like scrap metal. Take it to the scrap metal place, because these have very valuable metals inside of them. They found 1,700. Wow. Let's think about all the people that woke up and had to wake up in the morning. God, and if I'm an insurance company, I'm not covering this. Especially after COVID. All the credit card companies, insurance companies got some new stuff for you now. After the pandemic, they struggling, they suffering because of the pandemic. So they gonna have new policies. They're gonna stop covering this. This is gonna be out of pocket. And there's always gonna be a copay. This is just setting people back, man, making people. You come outside, get in your car, and the Cadillac converter's gone. Now you gotta go get a new one. An unexpected bill.
and recovered 1,700 stolen catalytic converters. But there are many other groups out there. Just 2 weeks ago, the family says their neighbor scared away thieves who targeted the same car.
Oh, sí.
Very lucky that, nothing.
Y a mi esposo, pues, porque...
Especially the husband who was, right on the line of the fire.
I never got scared or anything.
The family plans to install a car alarm, and they say if it happens again, they'll just call 911. By the way, mechanics say the thieves, catalytic converter thieves, are going after mostly Hondas and Toyotas, especially Toyota Prius, so keep that in mind. Live in Oakland, I'm Da Lin, KPIX5.
Police are looking for this man and woman they say stole $16,000 cash from a stranger who offered to help them feed their family. Police say the couple told the woman they needed help with food around 2 in the afternoon, May 27th, near Park Hill Avenue and Palma Drive on Staten Island. She invited them into her apartment for food, and police say they stole $16,000 in cash and took off in a large white SUV. Anyone?
Wow. You gotta almost think anything is a con. Everything is a con nowadays. I don't trust anybody. The things people are doing. All those people that got those PPP loans, those check protection loans, and they ain't got a lick of a business, don't know. Just regular people. Just signing up for these fraud, and they know they're gonna go to jail at some point, but they just gonna ball out and buy cars and guns and get fresh clothes until it's over. Catalytic converter thieves through the roof. I mean, it's epidemic now. The catalytic converter theft, crime in general, robberies, carjackings, everything. You can't be nice to anybody anymore. Of course, these people she let into her home stole her money. Of course they did. She played a stupid game and she got a stupid prize. You let some people who said they needed some food for their kids into your home, you let them come into your home and eat? In 2021? I hate to say this woman deserved it. If a bum asks me for some change, I'm thinking, what's his angle nowadays? What's your angle? Is somebody gonna come? Am I gonna reach in my pocket? Somebody gonna come club me upside the head? I don't know. You just gotta be wary nowadays, man. Everything's a game. Everything's somebody trying to get over or take something from you.
Police are looking for this man and woman they say stole $16,000 cash from a stranger who offered to help them feed their family. Police say the couple told the woman they needed help with food around 2 in the afternoon, May 27th, near Park Hill Avenue and Palma Drive on Staten Island. She invited them into her apartment for food, and police say they stole $16,000 in cash and took off in a large white SUV. Anyone with any information is asked to call NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-800-577-TIPS. Katie Johnston for CBSN, New York.
Everyone is aware of what a tough time this is for restaurants, many of which have had a battle just to stay in business through the pandemic. And that's why the level of frustration is so high at a Detroit dining spot where the owner says a large group skipped out on a very large bill. Security video shows several people rushing to their cars just after it happened. Larry Spruill has a closer look at what happened at Sloppy Chops.
The restaurant says it was a party of 4, and they were sitting down at a table like this one inside the restaurant, enjoying their meal. But when everything was over, they simply got up and walked out the door without paying anything.
Listen, man, I'm going to be level with y'all on this video, man. Anytime I went out to a restaurant with my boys or anything like this, they were notorious terrible tippers. I mean, notorious terrible tippers. They didn't want to leave anything. Most of the time, the only reason, if you a waiter and you ever waited at a table at Denny's or somewhere we went, IHOP, and you got a tip, it was because of me. Them fools, it's like that scene from Reservoir Dogs How many of y'all ever seen Reservoir Dogs? It's like just like that scene. They just don't tip. And many a times they wanted to leave and run off on the bill, and I'd be like, God. And I've done that before. And that's the bad part about it. Having run out on bills before, and knowing that, and I know that the waiter has to pay for that food, and I know that causes big problems because the waiter's supposed to be, alert, watching the table, making sure that things like that don't happen. And I know that if the waiter would have chased us it would have been a fight or something like that for them. But I've seen that. Trust me, man. I've been. This is very, very. This is more common than you think. Running off on bills or just not leaving any tip. If I was a waiter, I would try to go to work at a restaurant where I knew the people were of a different class. The people had means. Because this can ruin your week if you're a waiter. This ruins your week. This can be your whole check. If they order a bunch of stuff, because if you know you're running off on the table, if you ahead of time know, you're going to order lobsters, crabs, shrimp, drinks, coladas, Long Island iced teas. Scallops wrapped in bacon. All types of hors d'oeuvres, side appetizers. This happens all the time.
The restaurant says it was a party of 4, and they were sitting down at a table like this one inside the restaurant, enjoying their meal. But when everything was over, they simply got up and walked out the door without paying anything.
It's disappointing that we still have people who come out and still do childish things like that.
Kelly Brown is describing those childish things as the recent Dine Dash at their restaurant Sloppy Chops on West McNichols. Brown says the group of people seen here running in this security video came inside for dinner Wednesday night. He says the restaurant was having a perfect start to the dinner service, but things turned left quickly.
One of the ladies we had seen in here several different times, she sits at the bar, she sat at several different tables, lobster, lamb chops, like the whole to do, drinks and everything.
And if this brother had profiled them, if he had profiled, they would have stomped a mud hole in his behind. They'd have been throwing stuff. This news station would have been down there, but for a different reason, because this place racist. Discrimination. Either way, the news station was going to come down to this restaurant. God, dog.
One of the ladies we had seen in here several different times, she sits at the bar, she sat at several different tables, lobster, lamb chops, like the whole to do, drinks and everything.
And when it was time to pay, they left in just seconds. But take a look at this man with the jersey on. You can see the name Finkel and number 5 on the back.
These look like some grown folks in their late 30s and 40s. These ain't even kids. At least when I was doing it, I was a kid, man. It was the early 20s, baby. And listen, I know people who do this stuff that are like, yeah, it's common, man. It makes us all look bad, man. It makes it almost impossible to not judge or look at you or just have like that angst in your heart if you're a waiter and you see a group of, people of the sun that look a certain way. You're not going to judge most people of the sun, but just they look a certain way, you're going to be like, damn, hope these I know I ain't gonna get no tip, but at least I hope they don't run off on the bill.
This man with the jersey on. You can see the name Finkel and number 5 on the back.
Next thing we know, we just see them darting towards the door.
Brown says he was helping another customer at the bar at the time when he heard his employee screaming.
That was a $340 bill. I'm like, oh, okay, good. She's like, no, they ran. I'm like, no, wait. That bill was a large chunk of our business for the day.
Which really hurts because of the pandemic.
It kind of hurts.
And Brown says they are now going over again their safety protocol. The first thing they are going to do is hire security.
So now, this black-owned restaurant, this black-managed restaurant, they gotta hire security. After probably spending the last year talking about defunding the police. We stand with this and solidarity with that and over-policing of black bodies. Over-policing of black bodies. How come every time it's us, the police do this? Every time we show up, the police do this. And the first thing they gonna do now is get some security in there. And it better be armed security.
Is new to the Detroit food scene that gives you fine dining with a casual flair. It is Sloppy Chops. I love that name. In Detroit, there you can find food and handcrafted cocktails that are simple, elegant, and full of flavor. Here to tell us all about it is its chef and owner, Chef Al Moxley. What's up, Chef Al?
How you doing today?
You all right?
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Tell us all about Sloppy Chops.
Sloppy Chops is a casual fine dining restaurant located on the northwest side of Detroit. We feature a range of signature cocktails and signature entrees.
Damn, this Pimp C looking brother done. Pimp C done started a restaurant in Detroit. God, you would think that they would go to Red Lobster or, go to a white restaurant and do this, right? Go to Outback. Go to a chain and do this. Right? You come to this brother's restaurant and run off on the bill, man. God, dog. And now this brother gotta have security in here to watch black people. He got to have security in there. And he better be armed. Because if that security guard approach these people, something could turn crazy. You can't even ask a brother to put his mask over his nose nowadays. So if that security guard unarmed approach a group of desperate, probably tipsy, because they probably ordered 15, 20 drinks, Sun people from the hood, things can go left. And he may need a firearm. So they may need an SPO in here. Or off-duty cop or deputy or something in here. God, I know this brother, when he started this business, he was probably like, hopeful. I'm doing something for my community and we gonna have a great thing where my people can come and not have to worry about the white man and not be treated, because when you go to white people, they treat you bad. Like you always treating you bad for no reason. God. And now he got to be on edge, on guard. He sees somebody racking up a big bill. Like, what table is them? What table them steaks going to? Are they going to that table that just ordered the shrimps and the lobsters? All right, man. Security, be on alert. You look over there, you see some hood people, you know damn well they some biggie bag and extra value meal type crowd, and they in your restaurant ordering Bacardis and lamb chops, roasted duck. You like, oh God, here we go. And I bet he's woke. I bet he's woke. So if he's woke, then he deserves this. If he's not, I feel bad for him. Either way, I feel bad for the brother.
We feature a range of signature cocktails and signature entrees, and we have fine dining cuisine. So.
Okay, I see that we're looking at basically a slideshow of some delicious looking food. I'm straining my eyes to see because I'm ancient. It looks like it's some shrimp there. What do you have in front of you?
Right here, we have a cowboy ribeye, which is a 14-ounce cut. Right here, we have our signature. These are our sloppy chops. That's where we get the name from in the brand. Lamb chops, 1 pound lamb chops, prime cut. These are bourbon pork chops, and they're served over our house coleslaw. Right back here, these are one of our favorites. Right here, we have fried lobster tacos. And this is our best mac and cheese right here. We definitely sell a lot of those.
Okay, so feel free. During this pandemic lockdown, we've had to become impresarios with the video and the audio and all that. If there's a dish there among the 5 or 6 things you have on the table that you would like to pick up physically and show to the camera closer, knock yourself out. All right, here we go. And one more time, what do we have there?
So these are lamb chops. We sell a lot of these are our signature sloppy chops. This is where we get the name of the brand from. Signature sloppy sauce.